guys. So with the lockdown continuing, we have our next set of videos that we want to discuss with you all. Broadly, the most important for all those who are pursuing their actuarial career, because in this video we are going to be talking about uh, what paper you should be selecting next, considering that there have been a lot of changes that have happened because of COVID. So broadly, the agenda for the video would be, I'll be discussing briefly the papers, the structure of the papers. This will be quite brief because since you've already started your career, you would be having this. Yeah, and in this, I would be discussing only the core principle. Then would be what factors you should take into consideration for deciding the next paper. Yeah, what should you look at? What are the things that you should be careful of? Then the example using these factors, if you have not, or let's say if you are planning to give CS1 and CM1 and could not give because of COVID, what should be your paper? Same thing if you are planning to give CS2 and or CM2 because of COVID, you could not give it. And finally, the proposed schedule for the September attempt. Great. So we start it up. The structure of the papers. Now everyone knows the core principles is divided into three series: maths or mathematics, statistics, and finally the business ones. All of them have two papers: CM1, CM2, CS1, CS2, and finally CB1, CB2, and also you have here CB3, but it's fairly easy, so I'm not going to be discussing it. Now broadly, CM1 and CS1 has always been considered as the basic or the first set of papers. CM2 and CS2 are considered to be advanced, and in this CS2 is by far the most difficult paper. Obviously, the math series involves a software that you learn, which is Excel. The stats involves R. There's no software in the business series. And business has two papers. One is related to finance, accounting, and the second related to economics. The relatively easy papers. So I'll just put it, it's relatively easy. It's fairly easy to manage through these papers. Now, how do we look at this paper? So this is the broad construct, guys. I look at CM1 and CS1 as the basic required throughout the program. CM2, CS2, the more advanced versions. CB1, CB2, typically I would say the second paper. If I want to give two papers, I would ideally prefer CB1 or CB2 being there because it is relatively easy to sail through. Now, what are the factors that you should be considering? Same way, guys, I've bucketed the factors into three things. The first factor is how prepared were you for the earlier papers. So when I say earlier paper, the paper just you gave. The second factor is how much time you have. Now, when I say time, yeah, guys, both. I know everyone here is at home, so there is a lot of time that everyone has. But how much of it you can commit? This question is particularly the commitment aspect counts for people who are in jobs because you have to manage a lot. And finally, the difficulty of the next paper. Yeah. So broadly, three factors to consider. Now, this would be based on how prepared were you. So whether the preparation was good or bad. So let's say whether you were confident on your preparation or you were not confident on your preparation. And guys, some people give me a call and tell me that, sir, I cannot be sure. So if you are not sure, that is equivalent to not confident. Only when you feel that you have studied a lot and you are very confident on your concepts is when I would categorize my answer to this as confident. The second aspect, guys, is time. Everyone here has a lot of time. Obviously, because of the lockdown, the important thing is you need to consider how much you can commit to uh, to the study of the actuarial papers. The question of commitment would be typically there for working individuals because they would be having their work preferences, which would be a little on a high considering that you have to work from home a lot. So yeah, if you have time and if you don't have time. So broadly, the answer for this, you have time to give or to pursue actuarial papers or you don't have. The last would be the difficulty set. So broadly, the difficult papers, as we have already discussed, the difficult papers is CS2, CM2, and the easier set of papers are basically CB1 or CB2. So these three things will work together in tandem to decide on the next paper. I'll be discussing these three things for a couple of examples in the next slides. But guys, these are generic ones. My answers would be different depending upon the situations that would be presented to me. But this is generally the case that I would advise every student to follow in order to ensure that he's proper in his path. So this example is for all those who could not give CS1 or CM1 in the April attempt because of COVID. So you could not appear CS1 or CM1 because of COVID in the April attempt. So again, the answers would be three. The first question is current preparation. If the answer to this, guys, is confident, then the next question comes time. If you have time, so let's say I have a lot of time that I can commit to the actuarial papers, then the next paper that I would be taking up would be a difficult one. So if CS1 or CM1 is pending, so let's say you are giving CS1 as the first paper and CM1 is pending, or CM1 as the first paper and CS1 pending, then I would give CM1 or CS1. If either of this is done, then I would go for CM2. I would specifically exclude CS2 here because it's a mammoth paper. It will consume a lot of time and you need to be very, very confident for you to go ahead with CS2. So ideally would prefer CM2 over CS2 because it is relatively a little manageable. Let's say if you are confident, but you don't have much time to commit, then my answer to this would be either CB1 or CB2, whichever you are comfortable with. Yeah. Or if you have done one, go for CB1. If you are done with two, then go. Sorry, if you're done with CB1, then go for CB2. If the answer to this is not confident and you have time, then it will be CB1 or CB2. Again, whichever one you are more comfortable with. If the answer to this is not confident and you don't have time, guys, then give the existing paper only. Do not jump. I've always seen kids having this tendency that I will be left behind. There will be a lot of students that would go ahead, guys. Uh, go slow, go proper. You need to ensure that you clear one thing at a time neatly. There is no hurry to complete the papers. It's important to understand the concepts, clear them properly rather than just trying to jump for papers. I hope I've answered this. So guys, what I've done is basically based on these three questions, current preparation, the time and difficulty, we have done a flow chart. If you're confident, if the answer to that is yes, do you have time? If the answer to that is also yes, then go for a difficult paper. I have listed down the three difficult papers that you can go for. If you're confident, you don't have time, then I would go for CB1, CB2, which is the relatively easy papers. If you're not confident on your preparations and you have time, then I would go for the easier set of papers, which is CB1, CB2, so that you can prepare for the paper earlier. If you're not confident, don't have time, just do the existing paper, ensure that you basically give the attempt properly. Similar drill, guys, for all those who could not give CS2 or CM2 in the April attempt. Again, guys, the same three buckets: current preparation, time, difficulty. If the current preparation, you are very confident on your current preparation of CM2 or CS2, and you feel you have a lot of time available to commit to the actuarial papers, then you can take up the difficult one, which is either the CS2 or the CM2, which you didn't give. Guys, this will be the biggest challenge if you plan to give both the papers. I would ideally say be very, very careful before you make this choice because it is very, very difficult. Giving these two papers by far is the most difficult thing that you will have. So a lot of caution before you take this step. If you are confident and you don't have time, then you would go for CB1 or CB2. On the contrary, here also I would advise that in case you find you are confident and you have a lot of time, and if you have CB1, CB2 pending, you can give both also. Yeah, rather than going for CS2, CM2. Let's say you gave CS2 last time, and you have CB1, CB2 pending. You have a lot of time. You can give CB1, CB2, and CS2, because CS2 and CM2 will be the more difficult set according to me, guys. If you are not confident but have time, go for CB1 or CB2. And obviously, not confident, no time, stick with the existing paper. The broad schedule that we have, guys. Now for CM1, we have already announced that we are going to be starting our batches from 3rd May. So for the remaining papers, guys, due to COVID, it will be live online plus some videos, video recorded. It will be a blended schedule for the delivery of the program. It would be starting in the 2nd week of May. We should be getting out all our dates quite soon, and it would be only to 25 students. I'll say 20 to 25 students in a batch. The final thing is all the things, guys, assignments, whatever you would experience in ThinStat on a physical lecture would be provided even in an online scenario. Yeah, but there will be heavy reliance on your part as well in order to complete and in order to do it properly. But if you have any doubts, we'll make it a point that it is solved. If you have given the test, we'll make it a point that it is corrected. So guys, after going through this video, give good thought to how do you want to decide your plan and take a very well decision. In case you feel you have any further doubts, feel free to reach out to us or any of our counselors. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers. Stay safe.